lovely, welcome back. My name is Judy and you are watching Running So and So, and aren't those colours absolutely stunning? I just love autumn colours, and I've got some more to share with you at the very end of this video because I've been out for a walk this afternoon, so I'm a bit flushed. And the colours when on the local dog walk are just unbelievable, just absolutely beautiful. So it's 2 weeks since I went to the knitting and stitching show. Can you believe it's 2 weeks? Oh, 2 weeks since that wonderful day out. I have been sewing, but I've had to prioritise other things in my life. As I said before, sometimes life takes over, and for me it has done. I've had a selection of tests done again at York District Hospital for my asthma, and I've got another chest infection. Might just put along the bottom there. Guess what I've got? Another chest infection. And I can be quite light-hearted and flippant about it because I think it's just my life at the moment, one thing after another. So I've had to prioritise getting better. And also I decided to make cakes for school. If I've got a little picture of the cakes, I'll put them in there. Last day of the half term, and I thought I'm going to make cakes. So I spent Thursday evening making cakes. I made an absolute mess of my kitchen. I had baking stuff everywhere, and I had fun, and that's what matters. And it meant that I could just take things easy. So yeah, I've been taking things easy and just prioritising sleep and rest, because I think when you get these bugs, these infections, that's what has to come first. You have to prioritise yourself. And so I'm afraid I left videoing, but I thought, you know something, I have been sewing and I have been buying, which I'm really sorry to say because I've been trying not to buy. But there's a reason for my buying. Let's go back and do some sewing first. So when I came back from the knitting and stitching show, the one thing I had to focus on doing was some bunting, because I was involved in a Wear It Pink day, and it was being held at school. And I offered to make some bunting. Now, photographing the bunting was not easy, and I'm going to put the photograph in here, just here, can you see? Because when it was up in school, I stood right back and took a photograph without the children there, and then I sort of cropped the photograph so it should come out in this lovely long thing here. So it was lovely to make that, and I asked the lady who was organising it to choose the colours of the thread and everything that she wanted. So we've made this lovely piece of bunting. So if anybody else is doing a Wear It Pink day, I've got some bunting that we can use. And I've done it properly. I've done it double-sided. It's absolutely beautiful. It's now upstairs in a safe place, ready for using again. And that was a lovely thing to make. And that did actually take me most of the week after the knitting and stitching show, because I came back on the Sunday and I had to go straight into doing the embroidery and setting it up. My machine, if I've got any photographs of me making it, I'll just stick those in down the side here as I'm talking, where my shopping bag is there. And the machine just took it. I was so lucky. Everything just came together really, really well. Now, I did say in my last video, knitting and stitching show, I was going to make some Oola leggings. Now, I have made them. But I don't know, does anybody else get overly fussy when they've made something and think, there's just something that isn't quite right? And I think that's where I'm at. Now, I'm very lucky, I've got loads of, this is the fabric I bought in Joann's. It's not the blue one, it's the greeny coloured one. I'm hoping you can see this. I'm really lucky, I'm filming in virtually natural light, and the clocks go back tonight, so I get an extra hour in bed. Yes. There's nothing wrong with the way they've made up. They've made up beautifully, but I do think with these leggings, they'd be better off made with a flat foul seam. Now, these have come out quite large, even though I've checked my measurements and I've made the size that my measurements fit into. I've not had to do any grading. I've checked all the measurements for the Oola leggings, just a tiny bit on the large side. So I've got two options. I keep them as they are, and I'll be able to get a pair of Primark fluffy tights. I don't know if anybody's ever seen them, but Primark do these tights. They're black, and then but on the inside they're all fluffy and warm. And I do work outside a lot with the children in the winter. So I could get a pair of Primani fluffy tights underneath that. And I might look a bit stupid, but it's only the kids that are going to see me. And at the end of the day, I will be warm, I will be comfortable. There's going to be a lot of mint tea during this vlog. I've just got an awful tickle with this infection, it's just not good. And I'm taking tablets that look like torpedoes. You know those old torpedo sweets we could get, licorice ones with the candy shells on the outside? They're a size of that, they're massive. So the other alternative I could do is to literally cut it out again, make them smaller and do a flat fell seam, which is actually what I'm leaning towards. Or I just leave them as they are, put the tights underneath. I haven't done the elastic and they are far too long. I need to put the elastic over the top because I really, really love these leggings. What I like about the Oola leggings is, can you see, the Oola leggings have got this beautiful yoke on them here. Now I'm going to check, and if you can still get the pattern, I'm going to put it in the description box below. Somebody told me that the fold line had it, but I don't think Paper Cut do this pattern anymore. Here's my version. I've got it in here, and I've got it traced out in 2 sizes. So I've got myself covered. So I've got it, if I go up a size, I can make it again. But this is how I bought it. Look, you could hang it up like that. Is that not just beautiful? And it says Paper Cut in there, look. I've had it ages, look, there it is. And it is absolutely one of my favourite go-to patterns. And I was talking to some sewing friends and saying, any other suggestions? And there's loads of other suggestions. Wardrobe by Me have got some. Style Arc have got loads. But somebody said, if you like them, why are you trying to find another pattern? I don't know. So the front has got, that's the back because the curve is lower. And at the front, the little curvy yoke thing is slightly higher. And it's this lovely design feature that I like here. And then you've got this side panel piece here. If I pull the legs out here. Now, there's another thing that could be a problem with this. I'm really sorry, I am discussing this with you. And if you've got any comments about them, you may put it in the description box below. But if you've got any comments or suggestions or ideas or recommendations of other legging patterns, please put them in the comments below. But the reason I thought I'd talk to you about these is that we don't always make things that work the first time. And we can get despondent. But I'm determined not to let one pair of leggings get me down. I know a flipping chest infection would get me down, but not a pair of leggings. And it is a flipping chest infection, I can tell you that now. But it's got this lovely bit down the side here. So there's actually 3 parts. So you've got 1 part, 2 parts, and then you've got this lovely side panel. And if you look, the yoke has a side seam, but then it goes into this lovely, can you see the shape of that piece? It's got like a curved top. I absolutely love them. Now it could be that these, I need to maybe just double check the percentage stretch, but there's a lot of stretch in this. So the one thing that I'm thinking now is maybe I do need to take them apart and flat fell seam them together. It's half term this week. I've got plenty of time to play Oola leggings, but I will succeed. But if you've got any ideas of how you would alter something, they fit me, but there's not enough ping back on them, which makes me think that they are too big. The other thing that I'm proceeding to make very, very beautifully is another Judi turtleneck. And I have pinned in the sleeves, ready to go. And I was doing this during a Zoom call. Ouch. Can you see it coming together? This is just a base layer. And you know it'll look beautiful with this green. Oh, everything's falling on top of me. The Judi turtleneck it's one of my favourite go-to base layer patterns, and she says reaching for it. I am organised with this vlog. I am honestly organised. I've got everything here on the sewing machine. But I was just going to show you the picture from the pattern. Just talk amongst yourselves while I find it. Here it is. There, can you see? So I'm aiming to do, you've got the option, you can have a higher neck or a lower neck. So I'm doing the lower neck. I like high necks, but I also like a lower neck. So I'm doing it possibly with a lower neck, but this Judi turtleneck, I could put underneath, this is a toaster sweater. And the toaster sweater's got just a little bit more space around the neck and on the arms for me now. But a closer fitting Judi turtleneck would really help with giving me an extra base layer underneath for the colder months in school. Working with younger children in early years provision in the United Kingdom, we do have the door open a lot so the children can choose whether they wish to be inside or outside. So the heating is on, but even with the heating on, the cold air will come in, and it is always a bit of a challenge to make certain that you're dressed correctly so that you maintain your body temperature and you protect yourself. Now, following my video last week, I had a lovely message from our adorable Adam from Adam Sews. And if you don't follow Adam, I would heartily recommend that you do watch Adam. In fact, before I move on, I would also tell you that this week I have watched lovely vlogs from Notes from the Sewing Room, that's Becky, from Claire at Stitch Hem Sew. I've watched the Stitchy Wife, Elisabeth, Katherine from Saverton Makery. I've had a bumper week of watching vlogs and I've enjoyed every single minute of them. So if you've done a vlog this week, and I've seen Ruan and Tamlyn, I've loved every minute of your vlogs. Thank you so much for doing them. But I had a lovely chat with our lovely Adam, and I mentioned that I was doing this quilt and I'd got 10 fat quarters, but I was missing a few. And at the Knitting and Stitching show, I'd hoped to be able to buy just some more tuna fat quarters. I then had an online consultation with Adam, and together we matched up, or should I say not together. I held up the fabrics and laid them out and showed them over my phone, and Adam selected 6 that he thought would work perfectly. So I am one stage closer to doing and starting my quilt. I had wanted to start it this week at half term, but with life getting in the way, I've had to put a pause on that. I want to talk to you about the wonderful I Am Mira. This is the line drawings, can you see it? The I Am Mira gilet. Now, I've heard 1 or 2 other vloggers talking about this particular garment. Now, I chose this as one of the patterns to take from I Am Patterns from the prize that I won. And I'd chosen it before I saw other vloggers mentioning it. And I bought the beautiful, she says going to reach for it, I bought last week at the Knitting and Stitching show the stunning Maggie fabric, the quilted Maggie fabric from the Fabric Godmother. But it's such a beautiful fabric, and I have to say I don't think it was particularly expensive. But when I was in Boys today with a friend in York, I saw this, and it is another quilted fabric. It's in a, I would call it a taupey colour. It's like a grey brown colour. Let's just say it's functional for work colour. And I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to toile this. This was £8 a metre compared to the 20 that I paid for the Fabric Godmother fabric. And I thought, I cannot go wrong at £8 a metre. This has cost me £12. £12. So I have bought what I need to make it. I have bought, I bought everything bar the drawstring hoodie tape that you need at the bottom. She said I'm pulling out other things from this bag, but at the bottom, ooh, it's lovely, isn't it, when you get a bag of bits. I have decided to contrast it, and I've gone for an olive green zip. Because the fabric is a little bit dull, I thought I'll add some colour to it on the zip. I've also bought binding for the seams, and the binding I've bought I bought a lovely sagey green. Just thought I'd have a little bit of a mess about. I am missing the tape that I need for the drawstring, and I will buy like a gunmetal toggle for it. And I've also got the thread. So I was very, very fortunate to see that in Boys today. Now, when I was in Boys, I also saw something else that surprised me. The beautiful berries. Is it berries? I think it's berries it's called. Let me just check. Vines. I saw the beautiful Vines canvas by Nerida Hansen. Now I bought some of this with a voucher I had from the lovely Andrew at Beyond the Pink Door to make the Grain Line Studio moss skirt, which I haven't got round to yet. That'll be on next year's makes. I think I'll end up making that. But this, I thought I'm going to make another Bestie bag. I want to make the next size up. As we go into Christmas and going out Christmas shopping, I think it would be great to have a bigger version of the Bestie bag because you can throw more into it. And Boys had literally, it must have been today, it must have been for me today, they had the right amount of the iron-on wadding. So that is what I've been doing. I know this is only very short, but I wanted to just say, hello, I'm here. Thought I might do Join Me for Half Term, and I'm going to start that tomorrow. I'm going to run it all the way through to next Sunday, because next Sunday I've got Oliver here. He's coming for the weekend. I'm just a little excited, and I'm sure that's allowed. So I'm going to say thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much if you have recently joined the channel and subscribed. That makes me feel absolutely wonderful. I'm getting really close to that 4,000 mark. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. Give me a like, give me a comment, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!